Hello Flosstube, my name is Tamara, and in today's video I wanted to show you one of my finished works and to tell you about this work and most importantly about the project I participated in when stitching this work. So this work is called Butterfly Dreams. It's made by Lanarte and the kit hasn't been released officially yet. Yes, the kit is going to be in September as they announced, and I have already the finished work, you see. How come? So this work was stitched within the project Secret Stitch Along 2019-1. I don't know, maybe some of you know about this project, maybe some of you don't know about it. That's why I wanted to tell you more information about it. So for me it was interesting because I found out about this project just this year, but apparently this project exists since 2016, so it's the third year when this project exists, and it's not launched, or the kits which are stitched are not only by Lanarte, but they are by Vervaco as well. I don't know if you know, but I have here some information, but Vervaco and Lanarte, they belong to the same group. It's Verachtert, because Lanarte until 2011 it was a company from Netherlands, but in 2011 it was bought by Belgium group Verachtert. So these two companies, they, let's say so, live under the same roof. That's why these projects, Secret Stitch Along, they come from both. They come from Lanarte and they come from Vervaco. So I will tell you very shortly about the project, because you probably saw some of the works which were a result of this project. So the first when the project was launched in 2016, the first kit came from Vervaco. I will insert a picture to see how the preview looked like and how the stitched work should look like. Then in 2017 there were two works, so they started making the project like twice a year, in the first half of the year and then in the second half of the year. And in 2017 the first half project was Secret Stitch Along was from Vervaco, and the second half of the year was from Lanarte. I will also insert pictures for you to see which works we are talking about. And then in 2018, like last year, again two works. In the first half it was a work from Vervaco, and in the second half it was a work from Lanarte. You'll see pictures to see what I'm talking about. And finally, this year's work, the one you have in front of you, Butterfly Dreams. This is the work of the first half of the year, because in the second half is going to be another work which I'm going to talk about. So this one, the sale started, it seems to me, even in January, I'm not sure. And when you agree to get in such an adventure, so what you have to do, actually you have to buy the kit, which is not a full kit. So when I bought this one, it had inside, it had the fabric, which here is even with the 27th count, white. The color is white. You have the threads. So I'll just show you in a sec. So of course these are the leftovers. So the threads. So you have the threads, and it was such a thing. So, which is useful, but by the way, you should keep it, and I will tell you later why. And it was the legend. Yes, it was the legend. So the work has 37 pure colors and then the combined ones. And that's it. So no chart inside of the pack. The box I received it in, it was the usual box which Lanarte uses to sell their kits lately. So you know, the brown one, like the nice one. Unfortunately I don't have it because I threw it away. And the thing is that I would say that I cheated a little bit in this project. How I cheated. The project officially started on the 8th of March. So the sale started, it seems to me, in January of the kit. So you could start buying the kit in January. But the official start of the project was on the 8th of March. I saw the kit being sold in a shop, but I didn't pay much attention to it. And I just ignored it. And the project started, of course, on the 8th of March, and it was already, it was May, the beginning of May, when I saw a part of this project stitched in on Instagram, a profile in Instagram, so somebody was stitching it, and I just fell in love, totally fell in love. So the lady had like no, not this one, because this was the last. So had this butterfly, this part, and this eye, and it was just love from the first sight. I love stitching butterflies, I love stitching people, so for me it was like, I have to have it, I have to stitch it now. So that's why I just went to that shop, like on website. I went to that shop to see if they still have the kits. They had, but you couldn't buy them, just like, you know, put it in your basket, pay, and just wait for it to come to your house. That's why you had to order something like this. So I just pushed the button to order, but still I wrote a message, an email to them, asking how much time it will take for the kit to come. They answered me that they have to order the kits within Lanarte group, like within Lanarte, and if they still have it in stock, it should last like 2 weeks until it comes. I said it's too long for me, I won't wait so much. That's why I just refused, and the next second I went on eBay, and happily me, I found 2 kits in one shop which was selling like their items on eBay as well. It was a cross-stitch shop, it seems to me. So I bought one of them immediately, and the bonus part was that I even found it like cheaper than in that shop, like cheaper price. I paid for this one 32 or 35 pounds, honestly I don't remember exactly. So I ordered it immediately, and within 2 days it was delivered to my house. While waiting it, I took care to have the chart. So how do you get the chart? So I already told you the procedure, how you get the kit, how you get the materials. The chart. In order to get the chart, you can go to the official site of Lanarte or Lanarte, and you have to register yourself, and they will send you by email the chart, like part by part. This project had 15 parts, so 15 weeks it was stitched. Or you can go to Facebook, where there is a group, it's a closed group called Secret Stitch Along, and you just ask for permission to join the group, and the administrator accepts you. It takes a very short time for this. I downloaded my parts of the chart from this group, and honestly I liked more the group because lately I registered at Lanarte official site to get the parts of the chart to my email, and I have them, but I got like more, how would I say, fun getting the charts part by part from that group, because in that group there were other teachers who used to like share their experience, show photos with the parts they used to have, discuss, and it was really nice. And in that group, why do I say that it's useful, that in that group they started complaining that the threads were not enough. So you remember that I started my project quite late. So it started on the 8th of March, and I started mine on the 20 and something May. Yes, in the end of May. And they were starting complaining. They were complaining especially about floss number 18, saying that it was a little, like, don't remember, it was little, but still it wasn't enough. So you didn't have to use it a lot, but still it wasn't enough how much they put in the kit. And then the administrator of this group, because that was a girl also from the Lanarte group, so she was the official, let's say, person from this group, and she was teaching it too. So she was showing her parts week by week as well, and she just redirected the people to the official site, the Lanarte official site, where there is a page where you can fill in some questions, to answer to some questions, and they are sending to you the floss you are not enough. So that's why I told you that this guarantee thing, it's useful, because there you have to put the name, the address, the kit, and they're asking you for this number. So it's not just this kit. For any kit you are stitching from Lanarte, and for any kit you are stitching from Vervaco, just keep these pieces of paper, because in case you are short of some threads, they are sending them to you. So the thread was with me like in 2 weeks, it seems to me. So I told you that starting with the 8th of March each week, they were releasing every Friday at noon, they were releasing such charts, such parts of the chart. So this one is number 1. So this is how it looks like. First of all, you see that they advised from the very beginning to place the fabric vertically, something like this, because I saw a lady who did it otherwise. And on this piece of fabric, like portrait, on this piece of fabric they are showing you where this stitched part should be placed, you see, like virtually for you to see. And also here there is a little cross here. They say that this should be the center of the fabric. So first of all you had to look for the center of fabric, and from here just start stitching. So part by part you just were adding it like for 15 weeks. So the first part was, for me, it was like this one, something like this for you to see. The parts, they were sometimes smaller, sometimes a little bigger, but more or less they were, I would say, the same amount. So it will take up to 3 days, so mostly 3 days to stitch one part. So actually, if you get into such a project, don't be afraid, because you'll have time for other projects as well. So you won't be sticked just to this project to stitch. And of course you can stitch it like in the same pace to be, how would I say, they release the part of that week, you stitch, and you are waiting for the next one. If you don't want, you can just collect the parts they are releasing, and you can stitch it later, for example, because in that group I'm telling you about on Facebook, there are still ladies who are stitching this work. So it's not like you have to finish. Of course you finish if you are impatient, if you want to participate like how they say, step by step in this project. I was stitching it very fast because in that period of time I just went to my parents for a short vacation with my child, and my parents were like playing a lot with their grandson. My mom was cooking delicious food, so I had I would say a stitching vacation. That's why I managed to stitch this lady in 3 weeks. Yes, if we take like day by day, because there were days when I was not stitching. So if we are counting day by day, I stitched it all in 3 weeks. And I would say with how they say, I was very proud that I told you that every new part of the chart was released on Friday at noon, and on Thursday evening I finished part 14, and waking up in the morning on Friday I was waiting for part 15 to be released. So you can imagine that starting on the 20th and something of May, I stitched it so quickly and so hard that I managed just to come with everybody who was stitching week by week starting from 8th of March. For me, this is a personal, how they say, record, something like this. It's a very beautiful work. The girl is super beautiful. I like her eyes, her lips, and of course I adore how her butterflies look like. So the butterfly dream is indeed a butterfly dream. The girl has per total like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 butterflies. So until the name of the kit was released, because we found out that it's called Butterfly Dreams just in the end of the project, I used to call her Lady with the Butterflies. So, and in the end I say the lady and her 7 butterflies, you know, something like this. The stitching techniques which were used here, it's cross stitch, so it's cross stitch in 2 strands, and here on the edge, like, it's cross stitch in 1 strand, and there is back stitch. So there are like pure colors and combined colors. So quite simple techniques, but the result is astonishing. And I would say that I made a little bit of change, just a little bit. So this butterfly, this was part 15, it was released last. They were suggesting to stitch the whole butterfly with this green color, so it's kind of this green color. But looking at this butterfly, so here the upper wings were stitched with this green color and the lower wings with some beautiful blue color. And I decided, just by myself, that I want to do the same thing with this butterfly too. So I stitched the lower wings also with this blue shade. And after this, when I saw pictures which were published by ladies who stitched it with green, I don't regret a bit. So for me, for my taste, the blue color looks much better, because it's much evident how the lower wings look like. And one more thing, so this antennae here, they didn't have backstitch on it. Strange, because these ones, from this one, they have. Why do I compare with this one? Because you can see that these 2 butterflies, they are the same. It's just this one is bigger, this one is smaller. And that's why I by myself, so I just figured out and I made the backstitch here as well. So we can see that there are like 2 butterflies like this and 3 like this. They are different size, by the way. This one is bigger, this one is medium, and that one is smaller. And these 2 already come like this. I suppose, as the kit was not released officially yet, and it will be released in September, I suppose that this is a kit designed by Maria van Scharenburg. Here it's written on one of the organizers, you see. Maria van Scharenburg is one of the designers of the Lanarte. I love her designs a lot. It's the first one I stitched, but I love her designs a lot. To see the work, I would say, in detail, I will insert you some pictures with different details and parts and from the process of stitching for you to enjoy this lady and her 7 butterflies. So this would be the project I wanted to talk to you about, and I wanted to tell you in the end that there is a new project to come. The kits are already being sold, so you can find them, but this time is going to be from Vervaco. So it's not Lanarte, it's Vervaco, and they say it's going to be Christmas topic, Christmas theme. I will insert some pictures to show you the preview. Many things you wouldn't understand, but this is how the preview looks like. So if you are eager to participate in such a project, you can buy your kits, and on the 31st of August, so like 1 month and a bit, the project will start and it will finish on the 20th something December. So before Christmas. If I am going to participate in that one, honestly, I don't know, because after this experiment, I think I would like still to see some parts being stitched as it happened to this one. Because as long as I will see some parts and it will attract me, I can buy it if I'm finding the kits, and I will stitch it. But I wouldn't go with the adventure from the very beginning, you know, because still I have a big stash, I have a lot of kits in my stash, and still the stitching time for me is very precious because I don't have a lot of time to stitch. If you didn't manage to participate or to buy this kit or any other kits which were participating in this secret stitch along, don't worry, because after this stage of being stitched in the secret project, the companies like Lanarte and Vervaco, they used to release them as kits. The only thing which I suppose is that if you are participating in the secret stitch along project, you will get this kit cheaper, because I'm comparing to so I told you that I bought this one with 30 to 35 pounds, and the next one, it seems to me it's the same price, but when the kit is going to be released, I am sure it's going to cost like at least 50 pounds or 60 pounds. As a curiosity, I'll just look and I'll tell you in a future video if this is like this. So if it is cheaper to participate, that it is cheaper to have a kit by participating in this kind of secret stitch along project. So this would be it. Thank you for watching this video. I'm waiting for you in new videos as well. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like this video if you like it, and see you later. Bye bye.